Good morning, Wandering Beaver here. Well, welcome. Oh, it's going to be an interesting morning. Okay, it is Saturday. It is just about 8 in the morning. I've been up for a couple of hours already. My spouse had to get up at 4 this morning to off to her job. She works weekends and does long hours 2 days a week. At least she's doing something she likes. I am perhaps a little more rambly this morning. I'm well into my second round here this morning. There, we have a drug and alcohol warning label on this stream for a reason. One being that I don't normally stream until I have already exceeded the service ceiling of the Strigety, and if you need to look that up, I'll give you a second. Be aware that I am not afraid of the Hodgson, which itself is a sort of self-defining. You have to know that Hodgson refers to Joel Hodgson, one of the creators of Mystery Science Theater 3000 and a tremendous inspiration. Joel Hodgson said, "We never ask, will anyone get this reference? We say, the right people will get this reference." If you've ever watched MST3K, you've seen Hodgson's in action. I will drop the occasional deep cut. I am old. Some of them will be to stuff that were before you were born. I made a Mr. Topper reference. That's become my go-to recently as an example. I made a Mr. Topper reference, and my spouse didn't get it. I'm like, you're only 7 years younger than me. Come on. But I'm reaching a point where, like the immortal in the idea that's been going around that immortal characters should speak in a weird mishmash of ancient and modern patterns, drop in words from dead languages, make references to stuff from 200 years ago, and they get really frustrated when nobody gets them. I'm only 61. I get that. But 61 is an interesting perspective. I am a little Borg today. I have a small device stuck to my chest. It's itching. The adhesive they use on cardiac electrodes is pretty obnoxious stuff to begin with. You actually have to take vegetable oil to the residue to get it off your skin. Otherwise, you're going to have little gray patches for the next 2-3 weeks as it wears off. The stuff they use on the electrode patch for a 7-day monitor that is supposed to be stuck to me for 7 days, continuously recording my heart activity. Wow. The first one came loose after a day or two. I think I was a little overeager with my shower. It is waterproof, but it has its limits. I had to replace the electrode, and getting the old one off took a chisel. It was, I don't have much in the way of body hair. I have rather less now. I'm quite aware of it. And of course, the new electrode patch had to go right smack on top of the raw patch where the old one just got scraped off. And I have this little black device. It's kind of shaped like a Star Trek phaser, but it's only about the size of a lighter. Clicked into a socket that is made into the back of the stick-on electrode patch, and so I'm feeling a little Borg today. I've been rambling for a little while. There's, as I got one viewer, I'm willing to bet that the one viewer is the Coffee Streambot. Indeed. There we go. I have no live viewers right now. That's cool. I'm cool with it. I'm here to play Minecraft, and I'm sure you came here to watch me play Minecraft and not listen to me rambling on about the shit that happens when you get old. I went into the hospital for an infection, and they thought I looked a little short of breath, and they did an echocardiogram, and now I'm seeing a cardiologist who is saying, this is just risk management, you understand. We don't have active symptoms here, but we want to go on and get a 7-day recording here. Yeah. It's being a... Let's see. Let's hit this button. And that should put me over to the game screen. Oh, hi! Here's the refinery engine coming in. Oh yeah, this guy's got a whole new name and everything. That is the refinery train now. That shunting engine is now hauling a tanker car with a capacity somewhere around 100 buckets. I'm not sure. I tried tearing one down and the numbers just did not add up. Looking at the tanks that were built into it and even thinking about how the capacity multiplies, it just did not make sense. Oh, hi, and here's Larry, Bronx Larry bringing up the A-line. Let's just jump on board and go for a ride. What the heck? We will ride around and see some of the new stuff that is going on. Part of why I am streaming today is to document this. It has been a week since the last time I toured this world. We are coming up to Bongadi Station, which has been rebuilt rather massively. I tore it completely down to the platform, and we're going to get off here. That racket there is a diesel generator. This is, now I have to say up front, I recommend against the Create Diesel Generators mod. The support on it is non-existent. There is no written documentation. The devs have stated on Discord that they don't intend to write documentation. One of the multiple is the later game depends on a multi-block that has no schematic, only a ponder that can't be paused and isn't labeled. Parts aren't labeled. It's truly dreadful as far as documentation and support. If you can figure it out on your own, I managed to figure out this much of it. So that thumping is the diesel generator, or are the diesel generators. There are two. Let me check something really quick. Make sure my hover mode is on. I have a compressor compressed air jetpack on here. Nice little thing. Oh, let's have a look at my character because I'm really colorful these days. Custom skin is now overlaid with a pair of goggles and then a netherite helmet. The netherite helmet is for respiration and aqua affinity because I spend time underwater and I don't always want to change into a diving helmet and back tank. The jetpack is what's giving me the sort of kerchief look here. That's the harness for the jetpack. If I pop over to an exterior view, you'll see there's some nice detail and animation. A bit from Botania here. Botania got brought in for this item right here, the Terra Shatterer. Doing serious railroad tunneling required heavy equipment. The railroad company said, the hell with this John Henry bullshit with the netherite pickaxe. We are bringing in something that will whack out. Hello, this is the Hudson Hornet coming through. It is a through train. It does not stop here. So we'll bring in something that can whack out a 9x9 square at a time and get this work done. So what's happening here? Let's just have a look. This is a fuel tank. It's holding biodiesel. It's holding rather a lot of biodiesel. It has a maximum capacity of 360 buckets. Intense. Now, it has a fluid connection here, a portable fluid connection under the track that comes down to this pump that supplies the fuel tank. And then there's some gearing to bring the power over from the diesel generator. The diesel generator is itself fueled by that pump, which the diesel generator is driving. This thing is started up with a hand crank. And once that pump gets fuel to the generator kicks on and it then becomes self-fueling. I have way more storage capacity here than I will ever possibly need. This was the first station I did the diesel conversion on, and I got overexcited and built a really big fuel tank. Way more than I needed. We'll see it in being fueled in a minute. If we miss one train, there'll be another along in a minute. This is a modular diesel, and I put 3 segments on it in order to generate enough torque, or kinetic stress impact as the mod calls it. I'm generating enough stress units, enough torque, to drive an alternator. The alternator is supplying electricity to the colored lights, and we'll look at this in the dark in just a minute because it's really cool. Yes, I have a creative motor. Oh, hi, that's the Bamboo Express coming in. We saw that last stream. Yes, I have a creative motor running a chunk loader. The chunk loader is necessary to keep the self-fueling system going. If this chunk isn't loaded, the fluids don't transfer. Speedometer, just to see what this thing is doing, and we're turning 96 RPM, which is respectable. And driving this shaft down here, I had something else I was going to do and it didn't work out, but this did, because we're driving the display board here. Longity Station display board is being driven by the diesel generator. This station is entirely self-powering. All the power, all the rotational energy and forge energy needed to drive the display board, the pumps, the electric lights, it's all generated on site, and here comes the fuel train. Let's have a look. Watch this. I'm going pulls in, and that presto, that interface pops up, and we are now fueled. We have tapped the tanker car from underneath while it is in station. It's only in station 10 seconds, but that 10 seconds is enough to keep this tank topped up. Pretty much, as long as that train maintains its schedule, we've got enough reserve here to last for days. This has been rebuilt more industrial. You know, we've got a lot of iron catwalk here. We've got the supports here. Here's Larry coming in. We're going to just let Larry go on by. I'm going to turn off the jetpack so it doesn't interfere with the stairs. Going up and down the stairs can get a little bouncy if we're not careful. And yeah, there's electric wiring coming up and going around, and we're going to look at that in a minute. I'm going to come up here because this is not a ticket booth. This is a switch booth. There's a switch operator's chair here. Or a signal operator's chair, excuse me. My terminology correct. This station manages a number of signals. There is a signal operator who sits up here, keeps an observation. There would be all sorts of records in these barrels. They would be file drawers. You would have all sorts of timetables and schedule annotations and logbooks. Logbooks are critical because you log everything. Every time you touch one of these levers, you make a log entry. I should put a clipboard here. I need to make a clipboard. Hold on. We saw this last time. There we go. And I'm going to plop down a clipboard there so that we have the appropriate prop for the decor. There's now a clipboard there where the log is maintained because you need to check the signals, you check the time, you pull the switch, you make sure that it is locked in place, you throw a reminder collar on it. There are also the whole system. I'm not even going to get into that because I can't simulate it here. And then you make a log entry. Working here would be just maddening with the thumping of that diesel generator. There is an engine silencer. Here comes the Hornet. There goes the Hornet. We saw it last time. The Hornet has its home on the Acacia Loop and is here for crossover purposes so that I could get the hang of doing intersecting loops of track. Let's go on and have a look at this in the dark. Let's see, I need to do a time set midnight lap. There we go. And turn the jetpack on and look at that. We have got cage lamps here lighting things up. And we have strands of colored lights going all the way around. Look at that. Isn't that just something? No? And yeah, I'm learning how to do this, but I learned how to... Hi, Larry. Hello, Larry. Hello, Larry. Talk to people all day for a living, but all those breezy answers you are given, are you really living your life that way? Portland is a long way from LA, a long way. Anybody remember Hello, Larry? Wow, there's a deep cut for you. We're going to take the train to the next station. I have very, very mixed feelings about memories of riding the subway. I lived in New York for a while. Couch surfed from Brooklyn to Queens to Washington Heights on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. If I can get out, there we go. This brings us to another biodiesel station, another diesel-powered station. Yeah, you can hear it, thumpa, 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 thumpa. There are water vators here that go up to the trading point. I've put in a catwalk here, raised things up even with the train, moved the display board up to the platform where it is a little more useful. We are monitoring the biodiesel tank. The biodiesel tank only goes to 72,000. It's a small tank. Let's go look at it here, actually. This is worth taking a quick look at. The pump is down there, and I filled in here. There's the fluid interface. So when the refinery train comes in, the auto connect will happen. The refinery train is scheduled for a 10-second stop here like all the other trains. There's our friend the Bamboo Express, which is showing up on the board because I moved the observer over to where it would detect this little short train. Back in here, this is going to get a little loud. Sorry about the thump-thump, but this is diesel. Yeah, this is just a simple 9 square, 3x3 tank. One layer. Maximum capacity of 72 buckets. We really don't need more than that. Got a smart observer with a display link, so we're able to monitor the fluid in the tank and post it up on the display board. We'll have to kind of wiggle around here. This maintenance tunnel is a little tight. There's our diesel generator, and there's what's driving the display board, and then we've got way down there, well, that's blocked off. We can't get through there. There's other stuff going on. We'll nap down here real quick. We've got, nope. Here is the refinery train, and we can see it. There is the portable fluid interface, pops up out of the track, makes the connection, pops down when the train starts into motion, and we are now at 71,988. We're at just short of a full tank. So yeah, working nicely. Let us zoom up real quick. A long ride. Let's see. It is 8:23. Okay. This stream absolutely must end by 9:45. This is a playoff weekend for Eurovision. I have a lot of competitions to watch. Ukraine starts off at 10 a.m. my time, so I'm probably going to need a VPN in order to watch it. That tends to be how it goes. I have not finished putting in the platform underneath all of this, but it's coming along. And I mean, I'm getting to, I have other things I've been busy with. Let's take the, oops, cut the jetpack off so that we can get down here quickly. And going to be a couple seconds to the A-line, a couple minutes for the A-line. I'm just going to go on and bounce down to Henry. I'm going to leave the engine off. I think it's off. No, it's active. I need to turn it off. I switched it too many times. me. This is going to be a fun morning. We're just going to teleport down to the next station here. Henry Station has not had a rebuild yet. It is still running on a creative motor for the display board and has had no rebuild. What's been happening at Henry has been upstairs, and this is one of the things that I want to do, that I'm doing this stream for. Let's go see the monorail. We're going to ride the monorail. So we take the water vader up to the village here, and let's leave it dark for right now because it's going to be impressive. Yeah, that's monorail track going by there. Let me stop a second before I go too much further and show off a little bit of... Here we go. That's the jetpack. Don't you love the detail? I mean, you've got the in nozzles on the sides and the two gears that are rotating, and the whole thing with the brass tank and the harness. Come around the front, and yeah, I've got the harness, the chest harness there, and what looks like maybe a lambda symbol. I'm not sure what that is. But yeah, that gets me a really fun character as far as appearance goes. Now, I've done a little work on the village here. Besides putting through the monorail track right through the upper part of the village, I put in stairs so that we can just walk over here, and there she is. There is the TikTok Express. I decided to go steampunk instead of the usual gleaming white. And so, yeah, that is spruce wood in the top and bottom, glass and brass framed glass, and then brass casing for the middle section. And yeah, this is a luxurious little monorail gondola. This is definitely a rich man's toy, or at least, you know, something for not a lot of people. It only has room for 8 passengers. Brass catwalk steps to go up into the gondola. I went with a 2-block high interior. Didn't seem like a need for anything more, and the less height I put on the gondola, the better. This is build station. This is where I put this thing together. So there's a pit back here where I tried to mount counter-rotating gears on the back like screws, but when glued together, the creative motor does not run. And the gears did not glue on. I didn't extend the glue field, the glue boundary out to include them. Shame on me. And they got left behind, so I just removed them. And I haven't done anything with the... I'm still trying to figure out how to do this. I want the thing to have... If I'm going to put decorative cogs on the bloody thing, I want them in motion. You know? I want them in motion. This is... Let's just ride this around in the dark. This is going to be fun. 6 seats aft, 2 forward, and then the driver's chair. This is a monorail. It does not have a pilot. It has a driver. So let us drive this. We're going to drive the TikTok Express. And I'm going to switch my view to outside so that we can see this thing going. Let's go. Mountain House Station, here we are. Which is a pretty cool place at night. I spent some effort putting in all the lanterns and stuff. Let's go. All right, back to personal view, and we'll exit the contraption. I've got it set for the doors to open on both sides because I have a jetpack. It's not on right now, so let's close that door for safety. And we'll go out this side. And not get the bloody thing to line up on this block for love nor money. I have tried moving the bloody station, and the bloody thing stops with the bogey 1 block short of the station. I moved the station up a block and the bloody monorail still stops here. It just irritates me so bad. Oh yeah, while we're up here, let's look at that. There's the bridge that goes over to the house. Mountains. Okay, jetpack off. So that we can walk down the stairs instead of moon bouncing. Okay, and the bridge. Across. The bridge is new. The house is generated by the Immersive Structures mod. And so as a generated structure, it's kind of chunked into the space, and yeah, kind of tucked into the side of the mountain here. The flat space was obviously artificially created to put the house in. Somebody went to a lot of trouble to put this lodge up here. It has rather a lot of stuff in. We have a fletching table, a grindstone, a smithing table, anvil, 2 looms, and a stone cutter. I've already emptied the barrels out. There was rather a lot of stuff in them. We'll go upstairs in a second. Over here I have 2 smokers. We have a cauldron, a brewing stand. That's a thing all of its own. There's a campfire there in order to make the smoke. There's a furnace here. Yeah, they hid a campfire behind a panel so that there's smoke up there going off up into the hood. Let's go upstairs. Calcite upper floor. We have some nice carpeting, candles, decorative campfire up there. Don't light it. Bad idea. Cartography table and a lectern. More workstations. Bookshelves. Enough bookshelves that if rearranged, you could turn this into an enchanting area with you just need a silk touch axe to be able to break the bookshelves without breaking them down and be able to move them. So yeah, ready-made enchanting area just needs rearranging. And upstairs, more bookshelves in case you run short. 3 beds. 3 barrels that were full of all sorts of goodies. And of course, I looted the hell out. I looted them. But yeah, this is a pre-made base. This is a player base just waiting for somebody to move in. It even had a bunch of starter supplies. It's just... Immersive Structures is the mod. It does not need documentation. Just drop it into your mod pack and it does its thing and just enjoy it. It puts in buildings like this. Does some nicely cool stuff. And it's just part of World Spawn. If you really want to go digging around in the config, and you're welcome to do so, but that's more than just user documentation. I mean, come on. Let's go back up to the TikTok Express. I really need to fix that bloody track. I've got a couple, and I've got these 2 segments here that are just not sine waves when I got a nice even slope later on, and I need to come back, tear the track out, and relay it in order to smooth it out. But just haven't gotten around to it. There's been so much else to do. Speaking of else to do, we have another station to visit. Or, no, we don't have another station. We have other areas to visit. Let's get moving. And pop out so that we can see ourselves going down the mountain and around the curve off along this area. Look at that. As we zoom by far above the savannah and to go literally into the mountains. Over to this side so we're not getting beamed with the... And out over a village. There's no station here at this village yet. It's in progress. Let's coast to a halt here for a moment and just have a quick look around, because I'm up in some pretty intense geography here. That village is up in a basalt mountain area. There's lava flows nearby. That's pretty intense. Alright. We need to get on around. Over the jungle. Just really impressive scenery there. See here. Just want to take a quick look around. This does allow me to panoramic, but yeah, and then there's the gears underneath to drive that just don't go, and it's frustrating. There's a little wiggle going into this tunnel. Yeah, I had a minor oopsie there. Let's go to the driver's view for this. I want to zip through here, seeing what the driver sees. Out over a valley, into another tunnel. That's cloud that we're going through there. And we begin the approach coming down into our build station where we started. Okay, we have been around on the monorail. I'm very pleased with how it came out. It does have a couple of things that I could go back and fix, a couple of things that I can't. But you know, that's life. For a successful build of a monorail with 2 stations, and a fairly long loop, I'm satisfied with a great deal of it. I do need to go back and iron out the wrinkles, but that's not a big deal. No. I just have to get time to do it. I've had so much else that I've been working on. Okay, we got the A-line coming in just a few seconds. Hurrah. I'm going to turn my jetpack on in case I have to hover up into it. Probably will. We're going to ride that on around to Bow Station, have a look at it. And then I need to get to Oasis. And that's going to require the Bamboo Express. Where's the Bamboo Express? It's running right behind the A-line. Alright, here comes the A-line. Grab the A-line. Get on around. Yeah, I did some different things with lighting with the monorail. I used sea lanterns in a couple of the tunnels because they looked cool. Okay, we hit Bow Station, and Bamboo Express is coming up right behind it. Again, with the electric lighting, we have some lovely garlands of colored lights across the front of the station. I'm very pleased with how that came out. This station's been self-powered for a while. Okay, everything's looking pretty good there. I'm not really concerned about that. Let's very quickly look here. That's... I need to recharge that. I'll do that later. I don't... let's go back over here so I can catch the Bamboo Express when it comes by. I've only got seconds here. Yeah, there's the alternator for this. It's powering the electric lights. I'm very pleased with this station. This is getting toward where I want this world to be. You know, I'm trying to turn this into a full-on, like, model railroad layout. Let's see how it goes. Oh, cool. Come on, heat. Drop down a little bit. Really need you to drop down a little bit. Running this mod pack is very processor intensive. There's 3 chunk loaders, I think. One at a time. Cactus Farm. Here's the station coming in. Yeah, this is Oasis Station, and we're gonna get off here and have a look at this because I'm rather pleased with this. We have, oops, forgot to turn off the jetpack. That's why we turn off the jetpack. Okay, diesel thumping away. We'll go look at the diesel in a second. Ruby lamp, or rose quartz lamp, rose quartz lamps. You just turn them, stick them up and right click them with a wrench and they're self-powering. Lovely. And they go so well with the decor. As we say, the refinery train now comes around on the Acacia Loop. There's our fluid interface that will pop up and take fuel from the tanker. We can go down these stairs, and behind a mesh fence, I mean, you know, got to keep people from getting into the machinery here. There's some things that I probably should put in to say casing on that, just for safety reasons. I really ought to. Let's get that done. Hold on a second here. And to say casing. Oh hi, binary train. There's the fluid interface coming down and connecting. Okay, now the fluid interface extends up from the track and down from the tanker. Okay, jetpack on, so I can hover over here and press this shaft so that it's not, yeah, that should not be exposed in an area where the public is going to be traveling. I mean, I went to the trouble of putting up an iron mesh fence, basically a chain link fence, to enclose the fuel pump, fuel tank, the diesel generator, its fuel pump, then the machinery there. We'll keep this enclosed as well. This allows us to go on down, and out here we can walk over toward the desert town and look up and see that Oasis Station has a display board that faces outward as well as one facing inward. So you can look up at the station and from outside and see, oh hey, my train's the next one up. I need to haul ass up those stairs. There is a good deal of maintenance stuff area going on. Let's go look at it from up there. Yes, the stairs are a little tight. There is a ladder. Oh, that's the Hornet. Oh, shoot. Stepped back too far and missed the ladder. Ouch. Okay, catwalk platform, tool chest, storage area. You know, like you would expect. And then, you know, go around this way, and here's our generator and display link on the smart observer to monitor the fuel level, speedometer, this just takes us up to the actual station, which is encrusted in display links. In order to drive both of those boards, I have to have a separate set of display links for each board. We got the Bamboo Express coming in just a minute. So yeah, there we go. Oasis Station built out. There is an engine silencer that can be put on the diesel generator. I've deliberately left it off. Just partly for the atmosphere and partly, this is early technology. People gotta put up with this. You just gotta put up with it. Bamboo Express in 1 minute. Oh, pardon me a second. It's 10 till... Okay, I've got a good long while yet before I need to be. The big thing I wanted to do this morning was the monorail. And we got Ukraine first, then Norway for the Nationals. The Malta National is today. Benidorm is today. Come on. Get it on there. Get on there. Come on. Dang it. There's no bloody train here. I'm trying to get in here to where I can get to the seat. Shoot. Question being, can I get to the station in time to try and board? Yes. Ha! Caught up with the train. Ooh. That took a lot of pressure out of my jetpack, but that's what it's there for. Okay. We've seen this route before in the last video. I still gotta take that tree down. It's too close to the track. Ugh, I'm forgetting. I need to, like, take notes when I'm doing this. Oh yeah, I need to go trim that tree. Making a list of the odd jobs that need to be done. Little by slow. Little by slow. Castle Station hasn't been built out yet. It's probably going to be the next big station build I do. It's got to blend in with the aesthetic of this entire town. That's going to be a bit of a chore there. I've got a bit of a challenge ahead of me. I may schematic something. I've got a couple of buildings. Oh. Schematic. I need to try out the new stuff. Okay. That's a thing I need to do while I'm on stream. I can do while I'm on stream. I need to do today, I can do while I'm on stream. I'll get it Yeah, I'm well in. All right. Biddy. Just keep going. You're on live. Keep going. The train certainly keeps going. We are on our way to Yongadi and to the Cactus Farm, where I can load up the new schematics, and then crossing at night, you know, there's coral and bioluminescence down there. Pretty cool. I keep a spare jetpack on the charger these days so that I can just swap out. Presto. Now that one's... It's got its own internal air compressor. All you have to do is provide it with rotational energy. Recharges itself. Walk down this way, get more clank. This mod, this whole mod suite is all about the industrial noise. Part of why I did not silence the diesel generators. There's all sorts of machinery noise in this mod. That looks like the refinery train. Yep, that's the refinery train coming back from the Acacia Loop. Coming into our station here. I was going to go do a thing here. Let me... Now, which ones have I brought in already? I know I haven't brought in any of the red cars. So we'll grab the 3 red cars. I am importing schematics that I have downloaded from the Create Schematics archive. The SWW series is by the same builder who did the Hudson Hornet locomotive, the shunting engine, and the tanker car, all of which I'm using. Got a lot of their stuff in my game world here. Let me check here, because I need to look at the schematics I've already got for a second. Make sure of what I've already imported. Okay, I have not imported the fluid warehouse. Let us import the fluid warehouse. Okay, that is 5 items to try out. That is plenty. Let us go on and put the empty schematics away. Clean up a little bit. Cooking. I have the cook pot at this point. I think I had it last time. I'm not sure. Put the skillet in here and various other stuff that keep in here. There's the cutting board, which is important for Farmer's Delight. A couple more dishes that I've made on there. Okay, we need to go out to the proving ground. Somewhere I can go. I need to lay track and simulations and sorts of stuff. So we're gonna go. Gonna go there. Time set noon. Okay. Oh, look over there. Ah. This is where I was doing a couple of early test builds and stuff. There's a Bamboo Express sitting there. Copy of it. Let's go lay out a couple of these some of these schematics here. I want to look and see if these will actually work in this world. Okay, that looks pretty solid. Got a control, set of controls in it so that it can be moved by itself if you need it, and if you need to. You can shunt this car by driving it by simply getting in and driving it. Okay, this looks good. This looks like one I can use. That's the red freight mail car. Let's look at the first class car here. Again, looks like a solid design. One of the things I've liked about this particular builder, and I really wish I could remember their name to reference them. I'd have to go look them up. They're not using blocks that are not commonly available. I'm not having a lot of gaps like I did with that mess over there. Let's go look inside here. Phantom in a second. Oh, this has got compartments. This has got bloody compartments. And yes, there is a driver, but this has got passenger compartments. Look at that. That is a proper first class coach with enclosed compartments. Okay, I am excited about. Let's look at the standard. This would be second class. Second class has seating. It's a single open car. There's controls at each end for shunting. And there's a boarding area at each end. Yeah. The boarding area at each end. But yeah, single open area. There is seating. Third class, there's no seating. Okay, we're gonna look at some big buildings here. Ooh, this is a really big building. Let's Let's go here. And pop this up because Yemeni crickets. Okay. This is a fluids warehouse. Look at the detail on this. I love it. I love it. Really am digging it. Empty inside. You could put all sorts of machinery in here if you need to. And you've got, look at the size of those pumping tanks. And those are connected. Wow, look at the size of that. You do so much. This building, there's 2 sets of rails and a crossover already laid in. How thoughtful. Just massive. And it all is building with what I've got in play right now. The open slot at the top is fine. Right to some of the machinery up through, like, you know, if you're putting like some vertical turbines on top to power it. Ooh, that's big. That's massive, and that does also. Oh, that's got so much potential. Oh, this is also massive. Yeah, this is the coaling tower. Ah, wow. It's got some serious below ground that it requires. It has infrastructure, and holy cats, look at this. Here's your coaling shed. And conveyor belt there. Okay, that's gonna go up this way. Oh, yeah. There's chutes and so forth. And here we have the coaling interface. Coal block there. But there's a, yeah, that's a portable interface right there, just the other side of that slab. It's just hidden. It'll extend through the slab, no problem. So you can bring 2 locos in here and dump coal into them. And you have a conveyor belt there so that you can take coal from a hopper car. That's what that is. Those are portable interfaces set up to unload a hopper car full of coal and send it up that way. Sends up this way and goes into a storage vault. There's a storage vault up here for the coal. Chute coming down out of it. Okay. Yeah, we have just about, I think, obliterated, well, used half a tank there. Rather a lot. That is intense. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I just got back. Effectively, I just got back from the hobby store with 2 new buildings and 3 new cars to add to my layout. I went and bought a few things. And yes, I will creative these in and just do I'll place them and then just do a print. I have no shame at all. This is model railroading. It's not necessarily about doing the build myself. Yeah, I can go to the hobby store and I can buy shit. Wow. That's intense. That's what? 4? Yeah, that's like 4 blocks. You gotta dig out like a 4 foot deep, a 4 block deep pit, big enough for this to drop it into, just, which is one of the reasons why I have this. Because I am not going to spend an entire day of gameplay posing around with a shovel. Just not going to happen. This is model railroading. I'm going to clear the area with the most efficient tool. Okay, let us go back to the cactus farm. I need to stop and think if there's anything else I really wanted to cover. I've done the schematics. Check the schematics. Oh, there's some new jokes here with the signs. I'm never in. Let's face it. Another reference here. And then if we go over here, I took on a partner. Beekeeper over engineering is now McBean and B. Sylvester always insists on top billing. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Sylvester always insists on top billing. This has been it is at this point out of stuff. It has been making monorail track. As at this point, it's the same machine for making regular train track and monorail track. It's just a matter of what you fill the barrels with and the chest. You know, what you load into the machine. Instead of loading iron nuggets up there and slab over here, well, anything that'll count as sleepers, you load metal girder into the belt chest, metal bracket up here, and I forget what. I think just an ingot. But yeah, it's all metal, and then when the stomper comes down, it makes 6 pieces of track at a shot. So your output is actually pretty nice. This is still full of stone brick. It's you make industrial quantities. And so yeah. storage got expanded. I dug down 2 blocks and laid in a whole new layer of chests. And so I now have 5,300 slots and have 2,600 of them available. There's our Hudson Hornet coming in. The tunneling I was doing produced intense quantities of material. I have 30,000 cobblestone. What the heck am I going to do with 30,000 cobblestone? It was spoiled from all those tunnels. All those points where the monorail punched through the mountain. Okay, schematics are proven out. I'm going to add one of those red cars to the Hudson Hornet in the near future. That is going to require moving back all my signals. I need to make sure all my signals are at least 40 blocks apart. I'm gonna need that, or I'm gonna add more signal segments, because I'm going to be running a much longer train. I have not yet attempted to run a train this long. We'll see what happens. The refinery train's the longest I've run so far. It's also the first one I've successfully put a car onto. Little by slow, I'm getting the hang of this and working through getting this built out into a more of a model railroad sort of thing. The fact that there's some junkers and bad builds laying out in the yard, it seems realistic. You know, you're gonna have old stuff laying around. Yeah, that signal's cool, that one's clear. I gotta think about how far apart my signals are. I've done a ride around the Acacia Loop. I did a ride around the main loop. We did the monorail. Went and looked at Bow Station. It needs wheat seed, but that's not a big deal. We looked at Oasis Station and at the Bongity rebuild. I think I've covered everything that I was wanting to cover today. So, that will give me a nice bit of time before the first let's see, what do we got on? We got Vidbeer 2024, Ukraine at 10. We've got the Norwegian Melody Grand Prix at 12:50. It overlaps with Lithuania's Heat 4 and I think Denmark Heat 1. There's also a semi-final for Supernova, which I think is Latvia. Let me go back and look at the... Yeah, Lithuania, Sweden, and Latvia, not Denmark, Sweden. Ooh. Annoys people when you confuse those two, doesn't it, Lars? Danish friend. Then later on is Malta, which I'm excited to see. Malta has turned out some really amazing musicians, including Destiny, who got robbed. And then rounding out the night is Benidorm Fest Finals. I will be seeing only the tail end of that because I'm going to watch Malta in its entirety, and when Malta finishes, then I'll flip over to Spain. Going to be a lot of live posting and Eurovision neepery and stuff going on, so if you follow me on the Fetty, just, you've been warned. All right, well, that is model railroading with the Wandering Beekeeper for this week. That's pretty much the extent of it. Let us bring this over to the correct screen here, and looks like this was pretty much a stream for myself, which was fine. My goal here was to document the current state of this Minecraft world and what I have managed to accomplish with it. I'm still learning how to do this. This is the first time I have been successful at putting together trains, at running schedules. I'm still learning how the signals are managed. There is rather a lot to this, but little by slow, I think this world is progressing, and we'll see where it goes. It's distinctly possible I may do another stream next week, probably about the same time, 8 a.m., 9 a.m. ish. I don't know. So thanks for watching, and safe journey, species.